My name's Liza, and the story I'm about to tell you revolves around my best friend Amelia and myself. We had recently collected our university degrees, our futures sprawling before us like uncharted lands. With a thirst for adventure and hearts yearning for experiences beyond textbooks, we made the decision to embark on a year-long journey, driving headfirst into the world's lesser-known corners. Our first stop on our itinerary was a quaint little town tucked away in Eastern Europe, a place that a charismatic stranger at a travel expo had enthusiastically vouched for. This town, he said, was a hidden gem that had managed to preserve its enchanting old-world charm. And so, with wanderlust tugging at our hearts, Amelia and I boarded our flight, our minds filled with expectations. Upon setting foot in the town, we were swept away by the allure it radiated. The cobbled streets, charming houses, blooming gardens, and not to mention, amicable inhabitants. It was like stepping into a postcard. Among the townfolks was a man named Ivan, a charismatic figure who, with his inviting smile and enthusiastic demeanor, promised to reveal the true spirit of the town to us. An opportunity to dive deeper into the local culture? We were instantly sold. Our days were filled with laughter and discovery as we followed Ivan through the labyrinthian streets, immersing ourselves in the heart of the town's vibrant community. However, one fateful night turned our adventure into a nightmare. Ivan introduced us to a hidden club buried deep under the city's surface. The thumping beats echoed against the walls, and the flickering lights danced on our faces. The club had a unique local beverage that we were told was a must-try. Intrigued, we indulged. Everything after that was a dizzying blur. The world spun. Our senses were a muddle. And then there was darkness. Waking up was like entering a sickening alternate reality. We were no longer spirited travelers exploring a charming town, but helpless captives in a dark, cold dungeon. In the shadowy world we found ourselves in, we saw what can only be described as the darkest side of humanity. Powerful people, men and women who were supposed to be pillars of society, made sport of our suffering. They laughed and jeered as we were forced to perform demeaning tasks, inflicting pain on us as if we were some kind of perverse entertainment. One day, we were made to run through a twisted maze, blindfolded and barefoot, while the sounds of whips cracking echoed ominously in the background. The sharp sting of the whip meeting skin, the raw blisters forming on our feet, the jeering laughter of the elites. They were all part of the nightmarish spectacle. Amelia and I held on to each other through it all. We drew our strength from our shared hope and fear. The bond between us was the only thing that kept our sanity intact. One night, during yet another round of the sickening game, Amelia saw an opening. She caused a distraction, making herself the target, just so I could get away. I'll never forget the look on her face as I turned and ran, escaping into the confusing web of narrow alleys. I ran blindly, with nothing but the desire for freedom fueling me. The world blurred around me as I crashed through the underbrush and into the dense forest on the outskirts of town. It was there, hidden in the dark and comforting embrace of nature, that I finally allowed exhaustion to take over. A farmer found me at dawn, lying unconscious in his field. He was shocked at the sight of my battered and bruised body, and he immediately called the police. But even as I told them my story, they found no evidence of the nightmare Amelia and I had lived. In the days that followed, I grappled with the truth of what had happened. With no evidence and no Amelia by my side, I felt lost and alone. The wickedness we had experienced felt almost unreal. But I knew what we had gone through.